keep going with Gouto.
Aegis activation confirmed. The terminal is completely sealed off.
We did it.
They've changed targets. The next terminal is just over there.
They're already on the move.
Can't even let us catch our breath, huh?
I haven't hit my operating limit yet, but I'm going to dismount.
Whoa, hey, then who's taking point?
Pull it together. We don't need orders to kick some ass.
Dun, dun, dun. That is a cool shot. She flies.
You can relax, kids. I'm back in the fight.
I won't be long. It's up to you.
Fine then. Let's roll, Yuki-chan.
Chihiro-san.
After Aegis activation.
Chihiro-san.
Look at that sunset. Just like it was back then. It's beautiful. I'm guessing you were monitoring me with a drone?
I have one locked on to you, yes. Their target's changed. They're coming back this way. It's dangerous here. We need to get you to safety.
Aw, don't tell me you're worried about me. How about you mind your own business?
Ooh.
You already know how I feel. This is what I wanted.
Still.
More importantly, can you really afford to waste your time here? Or have you already given up? The invasion is still in its preliminary phase.
I've got time. First, I need to get you somewhere safe.
There are no safe places left. At least, none left for us. We're not safe anywhere. But you know that well enough. You're just losing precious time. Go focus on the job you're supposed to be doing.
Understood. I'll go. You'll find it safer towards the river, if, hypothetically, you wanted to know.
Alright, let's go.
Wait. As long as we're both here, there's something I want to clear up.
Go on.
So, tell me, you were in love with Miss Morimura, weren't you?
Bom bom bom.
You said she was mind-hacked, but it was more about you being jealous, wasn't it?
That's hardly...
This may be our last chance to talk. Answer me.
You are correct. Is that what you wanted to hear? That I was driven by some cheap, naive impulse? That I can't think about anything else?
Yeah, he's not the cool, calm, collected commander anymore.
And that's why you brought back my memory too, isn't it? You never cared how you managed to do it. You just wanted her back.
So much.
I'm glad. You really were a slave to your desires. That's the Renya Gouto I remember. It means I don't have to like you after all. Thank you. I think that's all I wanted to hear.
Professor,
You should go. After all, we still have our bet. Although it looks like I'm about to win it.
Activate Sentinels been added to the thought cloud. To the battle! Alright. So I'm curious as to what is after Gouto's after this in Gouto's story then. Ah, Sawatari?
What's wrong? Did you get separated from your mommy? Could you leave me alone? It's dangerous out here. Just come with me, okay? Will you just... What are you...
Oh, that's kind of sad that they're not actually even running. Well, I suppose that's technically hiding. I would have gone behind the car personally, but...
Don't worry. If you can't find your mommy, I can help you look. We just have to run away right now, okay? Oh, there you are, Miwako. Asami-chan, I'm so glad you're okay. Jeez, you're so reckless. You shouldn't have come this way.
Kisaragi, that girl is...
I know already. I'll get back to the battle once Miwako's safe. Is someone else here? Of course not.
She couldn't see him.
Never mind. The evacuation route's that way. Can I bring her too? Hey! That's fine, just hurry up.
To be continued. For survival, 2 mystery files updated. Alright. Renya Gouto. Gouto secretly had feelings for Ms. Morimura. However, after seeing a 2188 communications log between that era's Tetsuya Ida and Gouto, he suspects that Morimura's memories were overwritten by 426. In addition, Morimura's sudden change of behavior has raised his suspicions further. And Yuki Takemiya got updated. When the Kaiju appear in 1985, she declares to the team that they can relax now that she's taken the field and activates Sentinel number 21. Yeah, she did do that, actually. Alright, let's keep going. Hang on, 79% on that analysis? How's that? That doesn't make sense. Unless, oh yeah. It gets updated every single time we progress in the actual Remembrance phase. Okay. Alright. Flashback, Kaide River Riverbed, 1985.
Strange. I know this is my first time here, but this suddenly makes me feel so... nostalgic.
Sunsets will do that, I find. Regardless of time period.
Yes, but... this must be... well, I suppose it must be one of those places. So? Where am I going?
I've rented an apartment under a false name.
Can't be any worse than our last accommodations. As long as it's not Rebel, I'll take it.
My apologies. If it's any comfort, I'm certain nobody will find you there. Not Shikishima, and certainly not Miss Morimura. I suppose we have Ida-san to thank for all this. The funds and paperwork he prepared were invaluable.
Tetsuya Ida. And he's still missing, is he?
Yes. Let's go.
You want a piggyback ride? Oh, no. That's nice. Ayame Park.
Chihiro-san.
You think I'm the professor?
That is what I said. You are Professor Chihiro Morimura, a major figure in Shikishima in the year 2188, namely the leader of its space initiative.
What are you even talking about?
Just some hypotheticals, a possible interpretation of the evidence I found.
Okay, say I am the professor. Remember, Miss Morimura is the one who created me. You think that was her plan? She wanted a host for the professor and not herself? How would that make sense?
It doesn't really make sense either way, because having a clone of someone that already exists when you are the older version of yourself, it doesn't make sense either way.
Miss Morimura ran an experiment to grant her clone compatibility. She believed that you were synchronized to her. She believed it was her own data she transmitted, but it was the other Chihiro Morimura in Sector 0. And of course, you entered the world as a newborn, incapable of verbal communication. So Miss Morimura never realized her mistake.
This is all speculation.
Certainly, yes. But if I'm right, and you are the professor, I imagine you were in quite a panic yourself. All things considered, it was a staggering deviation from the original plan.
What original plan?
Among the logs from 2188, one of Tetsuya Ida's noted that he'd found an anomaly. Chihiro Morimura was set to undergo a memory transplant in the final phase. And the final phase, well, that would be us.
I don't know where you think you're going with this.
A bit of patience, please. There's a little more context I need to provide.
Okay.
This
The future log.
The log from the future I saw first. That would be the comms log I found with my own ID. The first log I checked held some surprises. The author seemed to be an elderly Renya Gouto. And the date of recording appeared to be 2188. I assumed it was some future version of myself, one that had time traveled into the far future.
Yeah.
But now, I don't think that's the case. I believe it's the other way around. In other words, I myself am a clone of him.
Clone has been added to the thought cloud.
Every individual I saw in that log footage, they all created clones of themselves.
Clones? Huh?
I did find a log that proves this point.
What did you see?
A comms log between you and Professor Takamiya. Her field is genetic engineering, I note.
Takamiya's log has been added to the thought cloud. Recall. Flashback. Transmission log from Professor Takamiya.
Professor Takamiya, how are the projections on those self-replicating probes? The simulations look good, especially the survey range. We never expected a rate of expansion that high. It was definitely the right call to prioritize its strength as a group over individual units. These probes are pretty much living machines now. They self-replicate using natural resources mined from asteroids in their routing. They'll just keep building up and breaking down. An infinite cycle of self-replication on its way to its target. There's basically zero chance of the tech failing midway through.
Basically zero, right?
They'll just keep on going. Probably long after humanity's gone.
Glad I came to an expert then. All that's left is the refinement of the memory cube.
The infrastructural storage cell, right?
The cube's made up of 5 identical memory layers. In theory, it'll compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs.
And if it can't be repaired, well, fine. One probe down. We've got thousands more.
And our passengers?
I'll be loading them up with the DNA of all the survivors. I've already got samples and data from all 15. Now it's just down to launching them.
These clones will go with all our hopes on their shoulders.
By the way, what do we do about him? I mean, after that DNA test.
We do nothing. He doesn't have to know. What could I even say to him?
Not much, I guess.
What could happen to him?
There were 15 survivors of that colony, each with a clone established to be compatible, though they grew up in different eras, different worlds. And you aimed to replace your clone's memories with your own. That was your real plan. Right now, I imagine your biggest question is precisely how much of that log I've seen. Am I close? You do have a genius mind, but also the form of a child.
So I can beat you up if I have to.
I imagine it's harder than usual to hide your agitation.
It's absolutely not. Now you're just trying to trick me?
I'd say, based on that log, Professors Takamiya and Morimura seem to know each other quite well. Maybe you know something about that.
Of course not.
Then perhaps instead, Tsukasa Okino? Being compatible, that makes one part of his identity clear. He's one of the 15 from the year 2188. So, any theories? Who was he in the year 2188?
We know this already.
Care to guess?
Stop it.
No? Then allow me to clarify. That boy, Tsukasa Okino, is Professor Chihiro Morimura's son.
Oh, I see. Alright, okay.
But not her child by personal conventional birth.
Oh, okay, right.
The professor donated her egg cells as a young woman, in accordance with the policies on population control.
Uh-huh.
No comment at this time? Their blood relation wasn't exactly obvious, until DNA testing on the clone revealed it. The professor was faced with the truth. He was her son, which naturally sparked an inconvenient surge of maternal instinct. However, Okino himself didn't think highly of the professor. He had his disagreements with the project staff, too. When it seemed like her end was near, the professor recorded him one final message. One last chance for him to know the truth.
Stop! You saw that? But how? You'd need a biometric ID match to access that log.
I thought we just established we all have clones.
So you should only have been able to access your own. My logs and Okino's should have been locked off.
Thank you, Professor Morimura.
Or is that the trick? You are a small child, you can't run away from me.
Indeed, the files I could access were somewhat limited. Mostly company logs. Meeting reports, call transcripts, bureaucratic chaff. Barely anything in the way of your personal records.
Then, how do you know what was in my logs?
It's simple, really.
The shakedown of putting it all together. Flashback, UFO mainframe.
That should do it for preparations. Now, let's see if the biometric authentication works. Did it go through?
Yeah?
Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Morimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs.
Fuyosaka. Oh yeah, of course, that makes
If I
sense.
check Miss Morimura's logs, I might find a clue why your biometric ID matches hers.
Scans going through. All is good. Let's find out some
Really is
secrets.
her ID.
Iori Fuyusaka?
Though unconscious, she proved very helpful. She is Chihiro Morimura, a compatible version. If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know who Iori Fuyusaka is, because that would mean you hid her here in Sector 4. The plan was for the two newborns to grow up with their own separate lives. Ida-san's idea, presumably. Chihiro Morimura was planned to be placed in 2104, and Tetsuya Ida in 2024, yet neither could be found.
I knew Renya Gouto of Shikishima pretty well. You and he are very different.
Yeah, well, I'm my own person, thank you.
Except that you both make my life a lot harder. So, suppose I am the professor. Then what?
I want to know the truth. I want to know the reasons behind all of this. But that seems unlikely. I imagine you're not inclined to tell me anything.
Yeah, she's got no reason to.
And why's that?
It'd be inconvenient for you if we had all the facts, considering you're trying to eliminate us. From the very beginning, you never intended for this world to survive.
To be continued. Renya Gouto is unlockable. Clone. 1 mystery file obtained and 5 updated. Alright. What was the one we obtained? Okay, we at the top? Alright. Chihiro Morimura 2188. Upon testing the DNA of the 15 individuals for Project Arc, it became clear that Tsukasa Okino is Morimura's child. Though it wasn't through conventional birth, Morimura still feels a maternal connection to him. Renya Gouto. In order to view Ms. Morimura's log, Gouto used Iori Fuyusaka, who was unconscious from the shock of seeing a Sentinel in the 2065 ruins. He brought her to the UFO mainframe and used her biometric ID. Yuki Takamiya 2188 studies self-replicating probes. Tsukasa Okino 2188. Upon testing the DNA of the 15 individuals for Project Arc, it becomes clear that he is Chihiro Morimura's child. And the compatible. The clones of the 15 survivors in the colony are the compatible ones. Probe. Inside the probes are infrastructural storage cells called memory cubes, which allow the probe to compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs. If a probe can't be repaired, then it dies, as a biological organism would, and the others move on. The probes that departed Earth with the DNA data of the 15 individuals surveyed an extremely wide range, replicating themselves infinitely until they found a new planet that humanity could inhabit. And I think that's it, because everything else is pretty incidental. It's just flavor text in most cases. Yep. Alright, back we go. Yep, we did wave 5, so he is now unlockable. And we'll go ahead and make another save. Alright. Renya Gouto keeps uncovering the truth that Chihiro prefers to keep hidden. He then speculated that Chihiro was trying to eliminate them all. Kaide River Riverbed, and there's Kaiju here.
The Kaiju! Why are they coming this way? The terminal's the other way.
We're actually seeing the missiles flying as well.
That's Sentinel. That's gotta be Iori. Hey, Iori! What's going on? Iori-chan? They all appeared on this side out of nowhere! Just keep running! That's easy to say. But where are we even supposed to run? Miwako, I'm sorry I couldn't get you somewhere safer. But I'll handle this. Usami-chan?
There she goes.
Usami-chan disappeared. What the heck is going on? Don't worry. I'm going to protect you. Everything's gonna be okay. I need to stay logical. Logical. Just so you know, I didn't want to do this. I'm gonna try something.
Oh?
Honestly.
Oh?
Gouto-kun! I know you can see me! You've got a drone up, right? I need you here right now! Gouto? You don't mean... Gouto-kun! Renya Gouto? Yup. So you know him too?
There it's coming in. Ta-da!
There you are. Gouto-senpai! Where did you come from?
Chihiro-san, why did you call for me?
My senior ID can get me access to the higher level commands, but I still need the biometric authentication to get it started. So I'll need your help. Though, it's not a favor for me. I'm the one who's going to be helping all of you, in the end. Don't move.
Are you trying to shift from here?
I need you to step away.
Okay. Bye, Sawatari. We still don't really know how Sawatari fits in everything. Because we know why Okino's not a playable protagonist. 300 meters underground, Sector 4 mainframe.
This place is...
We're inside the underground UFO, the Sector 4 mainframe.
What are you trying to achieve?
Maximum hypocrisy. Once I'm done here, your fight might get just a little easier. Get on the shifter already.
Alright.
I've established a connection to the system. My senior credentials should take care of the rest. Thank you. I didn't think you'd come back for me. I'm shifting you back. Now, Let's get started, shall we? All units fighting the Kaiju. Can you hear me?
Who's that? How'd you get on this channel?
Huh? Wait, you're the gloomy Wicca was helping.
So this is the opposite side of the conversation having during whichever battle it was.
Chihiro? Is that you, Chihiro?
I'm Chihiro Morimura.
What? That's our teacher's name.
I'm going to evacuate the populace all at once. Readouts say 1.2 million people in Sector 4. They'll all be force shifted to the year 2025, as in Sector 3.
To the year 2025? You're shifting over 1 million people?
So you don't have to worry about any civilian casualties. That's all.
Wait a minute, Chihiro!
Initializing shift.
Oh, okay, so yeah, we're just seeing everyone going all at once. Sector 3. Ah, Sawatari's there! Well, I've already been here, why am I back? Alright, back to the Sector 4 mainframe.
That should be everyone. Unbelievable. Absolutely ridiculous. Why am I doing this?
Oh, I went through.
What's the meaning of this? How did you gain access? Explain yourself.
I'm Takatoshi Hijiyama. I just have one favor to ask of you.
A favor?
Well, it's kind of complicated, but I'm actually asking on behalf of someone else. A young man by the name of Okino.
Tsukasa Okino?
To be continued. Hijiyama is now unlockable because the hypocrisy event has been done. One mystery file updated. Alright, which one was it? Miwako Sawatari. Thanks to Chihiro, she was able to evacuate to the Sector 4 battlefield and find refuge in Sector 3. Alright. Alright, 96% on that. Let's do the Hijiyama thing first and then go back to Gouto.